Hello Sagittarius, welcome back to Glinda Good Tarot. I'm going to do a reading for the last half of December, a traditional Celtic cross. I've been shuffling quite a bit. I get a little obsessive is what I'm noticing, until I think I've got it just right. If you do like these, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. Let's see what is going to feel good for Sag for the last half. For the last half of December, Sagittarius. Someday I'm going to make a video of all my outtakes of shuffling. All right. What do they need to know? Sun, moon, rising. Highest and best information we could give Sagittarius. Okay. Wow, that's really funny. So I was shuffling on camera and I saw this on the bottom. And then because I saw it, I wanted to get it back underneath, and it has shown up again after some massive cutting and shuffling. So the overarching energy here is going to be your Six of Cups, and that is obviously meant to be. I don't know how that came back around to the bottom. So let's get started. Oh, current energy is the Ten of Cups. So you're in a good mood in the middle of December right now. That's great. Let's see what challenges that. The King of Pentacles. You have some bossy boss stuff going on, challenging that. Okay, in your subconscious, some fiery, fast Knight of Swords energy. Let's see, what just passed was the World. Nice. And what's high in your mind is the Five of Swords. Okay, so there's still a little something up with you, but your spirits are high. Yeah, something just in your core is pretty okay with things. I mean, you just experienced the World card, so a full movement through the hero's journey always has a happy ending. And your current energy is Ten of Cups, so this is fun. Okay, what is coming towards you is the King of Swords. Cool, better king energy than a challenging King of Pentacles aspect. And moving right along, the Page of Wands is a strength for you to use, how you want to resource yourself, what you can take with you. And then external environment is the Ace of Wands. Nice. So an environmental influence, that's really good. You've got a lot of positivity in your life. A lot of good, positive things going on right now. Something good. Hopes and fears, temperance. I think that's funny. Hopes and fears department is temperance when in your kind of, your root is this fiery, fast energy. Oh no, not temperance. Temperance is great. We'll talk more about it. And then your final card, outcome, full stop, full surrender, clean slate. I like these. The 10 of Swords is a good card. The 8 and 9 of Swords, not my favorites, especially the 9, never-ending nightmare. The 10 is very surrender to win. Nothing wrong with this card as an outcome, and we'll talk about it. Their overarching energy again is something here around the past, around nostalgia, around things that, not things, people, relationships, relationship with yourself, things like that, that are familiar, that feel good, that offer reciprocation and feeling good and having a full cup. Too, all the flowers in this card are stars, reflective of the star card, which is such a nice energy. So, I really like our sixes. This one is really about, past, about relationships. Sometimes, I do tarot about you. So sometimes it can be your relationship with you, reflecting back on who your essential self is, before the world got a hold of us. So there's something, there's something with that kind of covering this whole read about something real sweet, I think, with yourself, with family, something nurturing in a familiar, good way. I know with the last half of December coming up, family can be challenging, but I'm not really getting that here from you. Maybe a little bit of nervousness here, but I'm going to offer you something with that. Again, overall, you're starting out in the 10 of Cups, which is so positive. You've just moved from the World card, completion, satisfaction, just wrapping something up. We start in the major arcana with the Fool, we end with the World. It is the story of the hero's journey, which is how I fell in love with tarot, because it offers the richness of perspective of life and the human condition. And so, as of mid-December, there's something that feels pretty good. You feel pretty satisfied with. And that's great. That's a good energy to hold on to. And it probably is reflective of this energy, this sort of, because this just feels like there's something just sweeter and more innocent about this. And it covers the whole spread. But what's in your subconscious right now, I'm really going to have to learn how to figure out these recording on FaceTime camera on the laptop. But I would give a fireworks for whatever that completion is, whatever's good, whatever's brought you back to your heart. And people who are of heart with you. So, fireworks for that. So with the Knight of Swords down here, there has been some swiftness, some decisiveness, some action, movement forward. You've needed to do something and you've done it, and you know it. It kind of, it sits at the root of things right now, that you've had to be clear, decisive, taking action. The danger of this is not to be too crazy and hasty, right? Because, the horse looks pretty scared. So sometimes the invitation here is to slow down. But again, we're talking about kind of your states of mind, not necessarily something concrete. Although I do feel like you've been at work with something in the world where you've had to be clear, cutting, decisive, staying on track, not veering from whatever the goal is. So this sits in your root of things. Accompanying that, at least now as I'm looking at this intuitively, because I don't always say that about the Knight of Swords. And again, with the Five of Swords, I feel like it's an accompanying card for this, because what sits higher on your mind is kind of, you've won, but it's been like, I had to do what I had to do. And I wonder if you're worried about how that's affected others, or maybe just flat out it has affected others badly. But there's something really honest and true about what you've been up to. So I'm not sure that you could have done it any differently without betraying yourself, if that makes sense. But maybe your outcomes, are troubling you or troubling others, Maybe you're the one who had to be in the King of Pentacles energy, right? Because this is your challenging energy. This is what, crosses your world, your Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is just full enjoyment, wish fulfillment, legacy. The Ten of Cups as your current energy for mid-December is wonderful. I don't think you should let that go. There's even a point of gratitude where you step back and you look at everything and go, wow, look, they've stepped back from all that they've created to say, look how glorious. So there's a great energy here. End of the year is always so reflective. So I think somehow you've been taking an inventory of things, who you are, how you got here. And most of us will do that towards the end of the year. But this is your kind of mid-December, which could come on, between the 10th, 15th, 16th. So again, I feel you in integrity with yourself, in gratitude, having made things happen. Did you have to be kind of the worldly, make it happen, clear, directive, this is the way it's going to be. This is the one bringing clarity to all the situations. And it's troubling you. Either that or there's a power in your life that was, bossy boss that you didn't really appreciate. But if you had to put on this energy, perhaps that was not to your liking either. I may look at this again in a minute. Right now, though, it's this one that is interesting to me as it relates to Knight of Swords. This person is won, but at what cost? And for you, normally I would see that as a real invitation, but for you, I feel like the costs were sincere and you stayed true to yourself, you know, as evidenced by this card. So it had to be done. And I don't think that it was done in anger, in upset. You know, it's the, I'm not doing this against you. I'm doing this for me kind of energy. That's what I'm picking up here. Sagittarius. And then what the energy is that you're coming towards is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is about intellect, about sharpness of mind, feeling far more neutral about things. He's very clever, unemotional, and he's quite frankly going to cut away things that are confusing and that don't make sense. Like at some point it's like, it's, you know, again, and I was suggesting this, like, it's not personal. He's clever, he's clear, he's swift, he's confident, he's the king. And really the king of intellect, of the mind. He likes balance, keeping a balance of power and structure, security, making sense of things. So I think these things, you know, that might be bothering you. I just got a flash of like the Hermit or the Hanged Man. Like there's a moment where you pull back and you just see things clearly and living in a more unapologetic way. But it sounds like I'm referring to being cold, and I don't get that at all from you. I get that you just see things clearly and it's no big deal anymore. You just go, things had to be the way they are. It's okay. And everything is, you know, happening as it should. And maybe you process out some of this, you know, action that you've had to take to get to where you are, and you're done with the processing and you're just able to be with. Because none of this feels cold to me. It kind of reminds me of when, in very general terms, when I needed to engage in self-care and remove myself for a little while, there were a lot of people telling me that I was selfish. Some people said I was too serious and I didn't know how to have fun anymore. And it bothered me. But at some point, I became completely peaceful and unemotional about it. I do what I do so that I can be better, so that I can be where I'm at, and that it will take me to the next place that I'm planning to go. It's not personal. I don't have really, you know, I feel very neutral about it. It just is. I am unaffected by the opinions of others because it just makes so much sense. And on some level, I know it's all working out. The Page of Wands is your strength. It's an asset. It's an invitation as to what to use, how to source yourself, what to take with you. Page of Wands is great. He's curious. He's ready. The Page of Wands has aspirations. He is looking forward to new opportunities. He feels curious. He feels excited, interested. There's something new here on the horizon. There's something to look forward to. And just like I was looking forward to, well, who will I be? You know, with this new structure of self-care, and it was my total focus and made everything very easy. This is going to be kind of that similar energy. I wonder what's possible. There's a new dream, there's a new direction, there's something new to follow here. A new idea, a new creative venture, something to look forward to. So I would hang on to this energy and, you know, let that keep you going. I mean, again, it's interesting that the Ace of Wands shows up in your external factors. So obviously there's an opportunity. Obviously something is ahead. And if you approach it with the energy of the Page of Wands, the fun, the optimism, the adventure, the newness, then I think it's going to take you where you want to go. I mean, the Ace of Wands as your environmental or external influence is pretty cool. I mean, something is definitely at hand. Haha. There is an offer at hand. And maybe you've had a realization about yourself, about where you are, what you're up to, where you want to go. How absolutely fitting. And your hopes and fears is temperance. So it's funny. You've got this, fiery, fun urgency, this, clarity to act, kind of at the root of you. And in hopes and fears is temperance, which, like the word suggests, is really about balance. Temperance is balance and moderation in all things. Also having, a foot in the material and a foot in the spiritual. So it's spiritual, mental, emotional, whatever it is you've got going on. I would say there's definitely an invitation to monitor stress, monitor your energy levels, monitor your emotions. It's such a reminder to not engage in too much excess. And its placement is after death, so you've just come through something, but before, before the devil, temptation. I may want to get a clarifier for some of these. I think for you that is what is called for. Well, the Two of Cups just flashed, but made its way back in. Let's see, for Sagittarius, can we get some clarifiers? I'd like one between the Page of Wands and the Ace, and one between Temperance and this Ten of Swords, where there is a surrender. Wonderful. Yeah, Six of Wands, victory. Wow, Two of Wands. So didn't I say that I saw the Two of Cups? Two of Cups is also about decisions a lot. I mean, I know that it's also, partnerships and harmony and whatnot, but that Two of Cups made a flash. We've got Two of Swords. So there's something around decisions here. Temperance, hopes and fears. I'm wondering if there's an opportunity here, to go really big on something or stay safe with something. I'm not sure what the decision is for you. Okay. I think with the Ten of Swords as an outcome, a possible outcome, tarot is all just about invitation, options, opportunities, choices to make. The Ten of Swords is about facing fears, right? Because the Nine of Swords is that dreaded card, probably the worst in tarot, where you're just stuck in a never-ending nightmare. You just can't stop thinking about all the things that could come upon you. You don't have that card here. There is a decision made. There are fears that are faced. This man laying down makes a blessing with his hand there. And that's the surrender to win. That's the part that is in a knowing that all is well. That's why this can be such a powerful card. Really, relief, surrender to win. But there's something that needed to come to an end. And I guess by the end of December, you will know what that is. Career, or if it's romantic, but there's certainly a letting go of something. There's a release of something, moving on from something, and a real knowing about it. But I wonder why you're still thinking that there's a decision here. Maybe you're still wanting the possibility to exist, and it finally, gets cut off. Temperance is a really sweet card because she's got her feet in the waters of flow and abundance, and is easily, moving water back and forth here. I think perhaps whatever the thing has been a little bit extreme. I think it's taken you off balance. I think letting it go is going to be good, as evidenced by this. And the overarching energy of, something sweet, something true, something pure. This feels like, thumb up. This feels like sweetness and purity, like I just get this feeling of like the freshest, cleanest, purest drink of water that you've ever had. But you've got to let go of whatever the thing is. and the energy of something to look forward to, that when you clear this thing from your energy, that you can anticipate that something new will flow in to your life. Something really wonderful. Because let me show you this. Clarifier for these. The energy you want to take with you. What's being offered. There's an external offer here. What was your clarifier? Total victory. So if you do stay in this energy, this is available. There's victory. But there's a decision to be made. There's something going on. And obviously it's a letting go. Turning, facing fears, and just saying, I give up. This person was stabbed in the back. So at some point, I think it is like they just, because this is about facing fears, I think they looked at it head on and turned around and said, okay, take me out. You know, I'm done with this. So some really cool conclusion is happening for you at the end of December. Maybe it's been a long time coming, because there's certainly some feeling of holding on here. But I think, you know, there's also a feeling of, ooh, what else could be? What else could happen? Page of Wands with the Ace of Wands. What a sweet energy. These were great clarifiers. If this was helpful and you are enjoying it, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm really glad that you were here. I hope you have a great last half of December. I mean, you know, you can just stay right here. How about that? This is, I think, what's coming towards you. I do. Clarified with victory, like full victory and public victory. Like victory, and everybody knows it. Thank you for being here. If you are still here and haven't logged off, I have Animal Oracle. I'm going to pull you one card from here. I've left it just in case. Okay, Sagittarius. What's a friendly little message we could let Sagittarius have? Nothing is wasted. I pulled this for somebody already, and I stuck it inside. That's really remarkable. The vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. And if you Google vulture animal medicine, it's incredibly spiritual. So I guess that is your final message. Thank you for being here. Have a great December.